How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Senseonics that posted up another green day inside of the market. Yesterday I was talking about, hey, we had that gap that needed to be filled. I was talking on Twitter and so forth. We filled in that gap. I said it was healthy, and look where we're at right now. So I'm going to update you guys in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Senseonics. So let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.71, being up 1.92%. On the low, it tested $3.51, and then on the high, testing $3.84. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 13.396 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 14.027 million shares. So we just had a little bit below the average, but we ended up seeing some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is at 72.15. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are above the 50-day, the 21-day EMA, the 200-day, and as well as the 100-day. So as far as the price action is concerned, I was on Stock Twits and as well as Twitter talking about it was great that we were able to fill in this gap right here around 335. And upon filling in that gap, we are continuing to have our run. So we ended up seeing a high of $3.84. So the next level that you want to look for SENS to break will be above this $3.90 level. I did talk about this in the previous video because if we could break right through it, then we could send us up to this psychological area here right around $4. We know this has been a resistance area in the past, and if we can pass through 4, we already know we've seen highs where we could start getting to around $4.17 and then seeing where we could go from there. Now, as far as if we decide to have a pullback, we do have some key CPI numbers that are going to be coming out. Then I'd want to see if we could actually hold up some support right here around $3.46. We ended up seeing a low of the day at $3.51, but again, if we go down to $3.43, this is not bad, or even if we're able to hold up above this $3.40 level, that is still good. But for the most part, let's see how it performs going into tomorrow. But if we continue to have this buying pressure coming into the stock, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to get past $3.90 and make that move to 4. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Senseonics. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. And now when we take a look at our recent filings for February the 9th, we have Laverty Financial Group LLC that purchased 3,000 shares. We also have Evoke Wealth LLC that purchased 735 shares. And then we have a closed position from Biltmore Capital Advisors LLC. We also have Genio Wealth Management Inc. that purchased 4,150 shares, and we also have Elmwood Wealth Management Inc. that purchased 500 shares, and we also have Handelston Bank and Founder AP that purchased 76,900 shares. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 33.43%, and then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 3.5 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 50,000, updated 25 minutes ago, and then for the short ball fee rate, it is at 16.39%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 7th, it is at 53.24, and then for the close of the 8th being at 33.4. 4.3. So there's a big difference when it comes to a decrease in the short volume, but we still have short squeeze potential in Senseonics. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Senseonics. So we can see here on the inflow, it's at 8.58, and then on the outflow, it's at 10.08. Taking a look at the breakdown, it was 0 on the large. On the medium, it was 5.93, and then on the small, it was 2.65. On the outflow side, you can see on the large, it was 0. On the medium, it was 6.64, and then on the small, it was 3.44. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for the past 3 trading days, it has been 0 down the board. We had an outflow day on the 4th and an inflow day on the 3rd. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders, it tends to represent the retail side. We had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And of course, for the large, which represents whales, institutions, or funds, we had 0 for both. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, we can see it was at 3.02%. So again, another consistent range for this stock. One thing to be aware of, yes, we have many traders coming into this play. It has been very bullish as we take a look at the chart as well. So going into tomorrow, if we continue to have strength inside of the market, I can see Senseonics pushing up further. I'll talk about it further in the final thoughts, so let's get into it right now. So for my final thoughts for Senseonics, in regards to the price action, I want to see us get to $3.90. If we can break through this level, that's where we make that move going to 4. We know 4 is a psychological area. Don't be surprised if we see a lot of profit taking. I just want to make sure you're prepared for that and you have a game plan set out for yourself. So you need to know, are you going to be holding until we get this FDA approval, or are you just trying to make some profits and take advantage of the price action? Again, have a game plan in place. Now, if we see weakness inside of the market, we have some key CPI data that's going to be coming out. So if we end up having a pullback, then I want to see us being able to hold up around $3.35. That's where we filled in that gap. And if it pulls back even further, then I want to see some strength at $3.20. This keeps the stock still looking good. And at the same time, I feel that a lot more people are going to want to buy, and they see SENS is showing a lot of strength and there's still more buying pressure coming into the play. But overall, in general, in a technical sense, this chart continues to look bullish, and I just want to make sure that is something that you keep on your radar if you're looking to jump into the play. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So this is why I'm saying, if the markets continue to run going into tomorrow, I don't see any reason why SENS should not be at $3.90 and even possibly making that move to $4. And then when we took a look at the recent institutional ownership, we could see institutions have been loading up on shares. But keep in mind, when we looked at the order flow distribution, there's a lot of activity that is happening on the retail side. Retail is buying in quickly. So this is why you want to be aware, because that means if we end up having a pullback, you'll see a dramatic impact on the stock very quickly. It will be extremely volatile. And this is why I say it's going to be very interesting going into Thursday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how Senseonics performs. We'll talk soon.